successful, made the finals all 3 years, won 2 championships, MVP both times. Left Golden State to go to Brooklyn with Kyrie Irving. A year and a half into that, they acquired James Harden. Candidly, it was a catastrophe in every division as KD's Warriors, and he posted a situation as well as anyone, but big this one. Candidly, it was a catastrophe in every division as KD's Warriors, and he posted a situation as well as anyone. But Big Perk, I will start with you on this one.
Someone needs to take Nurkic's phone, and he actually needs to be in the gym learning how to. Devin Booker, no one ever have to question his passion. We don't have to worry for their passion and their hard work.
Defensively, and we look at those teams, even before KD got to Golden State, you had 3 guys that kind of anchored them defensively, and Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, and Andre Iguodala. I think right now for Phoenix, they're going to have to figure out what they're going to do defensively, and if those guys that can score the basketball at will, in which they have 3 of them now, can those guys be able to step up to the plate and defend?
And so, Han, it's a good point, which is neither is a perfect comparison, yes. But I think more in terms of the theme. One way went incredibly well. The other way went incredibly badly. Which way will this one go?
Yeah, this one will probably just go right down the middle. As Harry said, I'm with him because you can't compare what the Golden State Warriors already had in place when KD got there, a culture already established, a glue guy in Draymond Green, an established star. Now, you're going into a Phoenix situation where it's still relatively new because even KD and Booker had only played a little bit together, a quarter of a season and some 2 playoff rounds. So there's still newness to it and a new head coach. So they got a lot to establish. But God willing, it'll be nothing like Brooklyn because you don't seem to have a lot of Johnny dramas on that team. Maybe DeAndre Ayton will cause some rift, but those guys will probably just tune him out. So what you're hoping for is that it at least be less turbulence than Brooklyn. But then, of course, you're hoping to see, can it reach the heights that it reached in Golden State? This might be the best situation that Kevin Durant has had since he left Golden State. It could end up being the best situation for him in his career because if he does win a championship, all the talk stops about KD chasing a ring in Golden State.
Well, it unquestionably has to be his best situation since he left Golden State because all he's had since then is Brooklyn. Mm-hmm. And look, the one thing I think we can say is that was the perfect storm of everything going wrong. You put those guys together at a time when first KD is hurt. He can't even play the first year. Then a pandemic hits, and then everything else, and we all know what went on from there. I mean, it genuinely is one of the great disasters from a sports perspective that we've ever seen, and as Harry pointed out, not just in the NBA, but in any sport that I can think of. So, Wendy, is KD now in the perfect place? I guess that's the way I would ask it. Is KD in the perfect spot to do whatever it is he needs to do with the rest of his career to finish it up the way a player of his caliber would want to?
It's not the perfect spot, but it's a much better fit than the Brooklyn fit. You know, it's closer to the Warriors situation, but here's the thing. The Warriors were able to sign him and really not give up anything. They let Harrison Barnes go. But other than that, they brought their star core back. For the Suns to get Kevin Durant, they had to trade away almost their entire team, save for Booker, Ayton, and Chris Paul. And so that's where the difference is. It is more of a culture, and there's an existing operation there with Booker. And now that you brought in Beal, there's only 2 players left, basically, from the 2021 Finals team. So I guess it's closer to Golden State. But the complexion of the West is a lot different, and the support system around him at the team from a personnel standpoint is vastly, vastly different.
Perk, how much pressure is there on KD to win a championship with this group?
Yeah, look, Greeny, I believe it's more pressure on Devin Booker than it is Kevin Durant. And here's why. I mean, he done went to the finals. When you look at the team that he went to the finals with, his head coach is gone. Chris Paul now is gone. Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, Jay Crowder. Those guys are gone. The only person that is left, I believe, 2 people, is Cam Payne and DeAndre Ayton. So now, all of a sudden, you have surrounded Devin Booker with 2 all-NBA players and 1 superstar in Kevin Durant. You have no excuses anymore. You have to go out there and complete the mission. The pressure is on Devin Booker. We put pressure on Jason Tatum. We put pressure on Donovan Mitchell. We talk about all these young guys. The one guy that we constantly leave out is Devin Booker. He is the one on the clock.
Perk, who's the best player on the team right now? Who's the most talented player on the team?
Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant. Okay, so the pressure's on Kevin Durant. He's the best player on the team. Devin Booker now has to adjust his style, which he continues to have to do. But it's still on Kevin Durant. The best player on the team has to carry this team to a championship. Devin Booker's not the best player on the team. He has been. They have brought in stars to help him, yes, but he doesn't still remain the best player on the team right now. That now he's got to take this group and take it to a championship. Kevin Durant's still the best player, and the best player is the one that always has the pressure.
And Devin Booker's also not 35 and doesn't have a historical legacy, at least not at this moment, that sort of hangs in the balance here, Big Perk.
Exhibit B.
Greeny, I just. When Allen started, I took my earpiece out because I didn't want to hear nothing else he had to say. When he said that Kevin Durant is under the most pressure. Here's the thing. When you're a 2-time NBA champion and a 2-time Finals MVP, it's no pressure on you to win another championship. It's just icing on the cake. He's not under the pressure. Devin Booker is under the pressure. Devin Booker had a team where they were up 2-0 in the finals and lost 4 straight to Giannis Antetokounmpo. Devin Booker is the one without a ring. Devin Booker was the one that was drafted in the lottery to this franchise. It is not Kevin Durant.
All right.
Not the best player on the team.
We can continue to argue about this as we go. You know, Windy is going to love this because he got testy yesterday, and which now we have our new phrase here. We love testy Windy. Of all the Windies, we got salty Shefty and we got testy Windy. I'm a big fan of all of those. In the meantime, Harry Douglas, I want to show you my new favorite photo in the history of photos. I'm not Ansel Adams. I'm not whoever else the famous photographers are. This is my new favorite picture that I've ever seen in my entire life. Harry, tell everyone the greatness that we are looking at in this photo and Kevin Durant.
Well, that's Kevin Durant and that's Aaron Rodgers. Those 2 guys are together, and 2 guys that I think would love to win a championship for their teams this year.
What did you just say?